Hello, John Knox Village. I'm Tom McKay, a fellow resident who is bringing to you on behalf of the Resident Senate Legislative Committee the 2020 General Election Candidate Forum. When the year began, we expected to bring you an opportunity to hear and meet in person the candidates who will appear on your ballot for the November 3rd general election. In past elections, they've come to John Knox Village. The candidates have been available before and after our candidate forum for our residents to meet and ask them questions. With this forum, as with much this year, COVID-19 has changed our lives. Instead of an in-person forum, the John Knox Village Senate Legislative Committee has asked each of the candidates to submit a video up to 3 minutes in length outlining their candidacy. We will present to you today the offices and individuals in the order in which they appear on your ballot. You have also received an insert in the weekly with a list of these candidates in the same order so that you can make notations in the space provided to help you remember what you would like to remember about each of the candidates. Some candidates may have been unable to submit a video, and in that case, there will be missing videos in their spot. We did not request videos for the candidates for President of the United States, which is the first office on your ballot. We know that you have found other ways to know them. The first videos will be from two candidates for representative in Congress for the 20th District. The candidates are Republican Greg Musselwhite and Democrat Elsie Hastings.
Hello, my name is Greg Musselwhite, and I'm running for Congress in Florida's 20th District against Elsie Hastings. I would like to first congratulate the John Knox community on their 50th anniversary, and thank you for being politically active enough to look at candidates closely. I want to represent South Florida to give a voice back to those people. We've had problems going back decades, and these politicians don't seem to be passing any meaningful legislation. For instance, Elsie Hastings has been in office for over 28 years. Recently, Senator Tim Scott proposed police reform legislation in which the Democrats would not even debate the issues. This cannot continue. If our country, which is greatly divided at this time, is to begin healing, we must at least speak to one another. This childish behavior cannot continue. I want to work for you in D.C. to bring our America together. Thank you, and God bless.
The next video is State Attorney, 17th Judicial District. The candidates are Republican Greg Rossman and Democrat Harold Fernandez Pryor. The next office is Public Defender, 17th Judicial District. The candidates are Democrat Gordon Weeks and a write-in candidate. The next office is State Representative District 92. The candidates are Democrat Patricia Hawkins Williams and no party affiliation Nancy St. Clair.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Nancy St. Clair, and I'm officially announcing my candidacy to run for Florida State Representative for District 92. That's the cities of Pompano Beach and Deerfield Beach. For more information, click the link below. Thank you.
The next office is Sheriff. The candidates are Republican Wayne Clark and Democrat Gregory Toney, and no party candidate Charles Chuck Whatley.
Hello everyone at John Knox Village. My name is Wayne Clark, and I'm running for sheriff in Broward County in the 2020 election. We have a primary in August and a general election in November, and I want you to vote for me. Let me tell you why. First, I want to restore the relationship between the community and the agency. Enough of the negativity. I want to bring back positivity, and I want to make sure the men and women that work for the agency are proud to put that uniform on every day, and you, the citizens of the community, enjoy seeing them and interacting. I want to make it to where we all feel comfortable together. I want to restore that trust. Second, I want to rebuild the brand of BSO. I want to bring it back to where it shines. We need to have an agency to where everyone looks up to. I want to leave a legacy there for generations to come so that people can role model after the agency and not look at it as a laughing stock. Third, by rebuilding the relationships in the community, I will increase community safety and school safety. If we all get along and work together, we can ensure the safety of one another. My administration will also work hard in ensuring that the relationships between the other law enforcement agencies in Broward County are rebuilt. At this point in time, other agencies don't trust Broward Sheriff's Office. That's insane. I want to make sure that the other agencies know we have their back and they have our back. Another major part of my administration will be transparency. I want you to know where your tax dollars are being spent. I want you to understand that I am financially conservative and will ensure that every penny spent is something that can be tracked and spent wisely. That's what I'm going to do. And let me tell you how I know I can do it. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in North Carolina. And after high school, I went to the United States Army where I served at Fort Bragg for 4 years. After the military, I went to law school here in Nova Southeastern University. After law school, I became a businessman in Broward County. I have served the Broward and Miami-Dade area ever since. I have worked with numerous Fortune 500 companies dealing with administrative, budget, and risk management style issues. I've also worked in negligent security and given many security assessments for numerous Fortune 500 companies. I want to use my background from the military and the business world to ensure Broward County is safe and secure. You want to find out more information about me? Go to wayneforsheriff.com. That's wayneforsheriff.com. Thank you very much. Stay safe and God bless.
Okay. I'd like to give everybody a cordial welcome and thank you for watching this video. My name is Charles Chuck Watley, and I am your non-party affiliate candidate for Broward County Sheriff. Unlike my opponents, I am the only one that was raised here in Broward County. I served 4.5 years in the United States Marine Corps, and I am the only Marine Corps veteran in this race as an infantryman, and I have 28 years law enforcement experience. During that time, I have served in areas such as criminal investigations, the motives unit, and for 27 years, I was a tactical trainer. It is from those experiences that I know that I have the ability and I am ready to lead this agency. Unlike my opponents, I have more than double the experience in law enforcement. Some of the things I'm going to do while sheriff of Broward County is, for number one, have a senior citizen development strategy for crime reporting and protection of our senior citizens. I'll use problem-solving strategies to combat criminal exploitation of the elderly by monitoring things like internet scams and working with assisted living facilities for the prevention of abuse and neglect. I'll keep better updates concerning facts relating to crimes using our incident command system, and I'll have more CSAs for nonviolent crimes like delayed auto thefts and accidents. This will free up road patrol. I'll also be hiring from within the community. A lot of times the agency has hired people outside Broward County, and they don't know the problems. So I'm going to hire from within the community because people that know the community know the problems, and they always have a better solution. Many aspects of the training will be decentralized. Right now, everybody reports downtown from all the districts on certain days of the year, maybe 3 days a year, and they're trained downtown. I will decentralize that, and districts will have their own trainers, and that will be run from the central agency downtown. This way, we don't have a problem with manpower shortage in case of a critical incident. And I will enhance more tactical training for our school resource deputies. It is very important to keep our schools safe. We've had one tragedy already, and I do not want to have another. So these are just a couple of things that I'm going to cover. I will work with each and every district with the chiefs of those districts to ensure that we have better relations with our communities through our outreach program. Now, you people have a hard decision to make because your current sheriff, Gregory Tony, is under investigation by the FBI and FDLE, which means he will most likely be removed. So for you Democrats out there, you have another option. You can vote for Charles Chuck Whatley, non-party affiliate. I know there's a Republican, Wayne Clark, running, but he's a construction attorney with zero experience. Zero. And I know the staff that he has helping him, and they are nothing more than the failed past leadership that served at Broward County in the past, such as during the airport shooting. Once again, I'd like to thank you for watching this video and say, God bless each and every one of you, and let's keep Broward County safe together. Thank you.
The next office is Supervisor of Elections. The candidates are Republican Catherine McBreen and Democrat Joe Scott, and a write-in candidate.
And my name is Catherine McBreen, and I'm running for Supervisor of Elections for Broward County. Now, why am I running for this particular position? For a couple of reasons. First of all, because I think Broward County needs somebody that's better. I think we need to make Broward better, and I think that we need to get away from some of the things that may have happened in the past. Secondly, I'm running because I'm really passionate about fair voting. I grew up and believing that voting was the most important thing that we could do as part of our democracy. And I think I'm the right person to be able to create the best voting experience in Broward County. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in the Midwest. I went to law school at DePaul University in Chicago, and I spent the next 30-some years being a lawyer and running a company that audits operations and procedures. I started my career as an attorney that went out and closed savings and loans during the savings and loan crisis at a law firm. And then I moved on to Harris Bank in Chicago, which is a relatively large bank in that area and is now owned by Bank of Montreal. While I was at the bank, I was a trust officer. I was also a trust lawyer, and I worked with all the trusts and fiduciary issues. I also worked with a lot of the other trust and trading types of investment issues that went on at that institution. I was fortunate enough to be promoted into a position in which I ran an operational division that had about 200 to 300 people, and we really helped take the bank at that particular time from being something that provided all of your information on a quarterly or monthly or annual basis to actually moving it into be a day-to-day kind of experience, much like what we're all used to today. But back then, that's not exactly what it was like. I took the experience that I learned there and I moved on to a company called Spectrum Group. And at Spectrum Group, we've spent the last 25 years auditing financial institutions, particularly in their trust and trading areas, their securities areas. We work with banks, trust companies, securities firms, and we go in and we make sure that they're first following all the rules, that they're doing it effectively, that they're doing it as efficiently as they can, and that all of the operational issues and compliance issues that they have to face are being covered. And we want them to make sure that they come out at the end of our analysis being a better company. I want to take that experience that I have and apply it to the Supervisor of Elections office. I think that I can go in and look at their processes and procedures, and we can make them more efficient. We can make it better for everyone so that we all feel comfortable that the fair voting is occurring. In addition to looking at the processes and procedures, I think another thing that I really, really care about is reaching out to voters of all types, making sure they're getting registered, making sure they can actually vote on election day or before, and then taking the office into the future, because let's face it, technology is really going to change the way that we vote in the future. And we need to be ready. We need to be on the brink at Broward of being one of the best supervisor of elections offices in the future. So I hope that you will think of me on election day. Fair voting is really important to me, and that's how I want to finish off the career that I have had. I want to take everything that I've learned and make it so that we are the best here in Broward. So vote for me on November 3rd, and I look forward to meeting all of you someday in the future. Thanks.
Why should you support Joe Scott for Supervisor of Elections?
Every time there's an election, we hear about technology failures and hackers threatening our system. With technology advancing faster than ever, Broward really needs a Supervisor of Elections with technology and leadership experience.
You should support Joe Scott. He's a West Point graduate with cybersecurity expertise and 20 years of leadership experience.
My name is Joe Scott. I'm the only candidate in this race with proven experience enhancing cybersecurity for government agencies while making them more efficient and sustainable. I work for a Global 500 technology company where I integrate complex systems into complex organizations.
But you shouldn't vote for Joe just because he's a tech geek.
He's also an Army captain who led soldiers in combat and was awarded the Bronze Star Medal.
Since leaving the military, Joe earned an MBA from Villanova University.
And he's been a leader in the business world for more than a decade.
Our next supervisor of elections should be someone truly qualified who has led a team of people to accomplish a challenging mission.
I'm running for supervisor of elections because I am passionate about ensuring our elections are well run. I grew up in a service-oriented family. My grandma Carrie was the first black woman in Wilcox County, Alabama to vote. My mother's been an educator for over 40 years. She retired from Broward County Public Schools. My dad retired from the Army as a Sergeant Major after 22 years of service. We have a lot of work to do to build the elections office that Broward deserves. We will focus on keeping our system safe from hackers. We will make our polling places more accessible to voters with disabilities. We will make our vote-by-mail system trustworthy by integrating technology that will allow you to track and know the status of your ballot. I used Broward County's vote-by-mail system to vote from South Korea in 2006 and from Iraq in 2008, so I have a unique perspective on these challenges. I believe Broward is the most dynamic and diverse community in Florida, and perhaps the entire country.
But our voter participation rate has been too low, and Broward is ready for real election office change.
So that every vote counts and is counted accurately and free from outside interference.
Your vote will begin the real change that Broward and Florida can finally and rightly be proud of when you elect Joe Scott for Supervisor of Elections on August 18th.
You can follow my campaign on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. The handle for all three is @ElectJoeScott.
Joe's an attentive husband, dad, and business leader. I know he'd make Broward proud. We can do this together at this critical time in American history.
At this point on your ballot, you will find the next 4 votes will be whether or not to retain the 4 listed judges who have been serving and will continue to serve with a yes vote from the voters. We did not seek videos from these judges. The next office is Circuit Judge, 17th Judicial District, Group 16. The candidates are Dennis Daniel Bailey and George Odom Jr.
Hello, I'm Judge Bailey. I'm the presenting judge here in Group 16, the Broward County Circuit Court, and I'm running for re-election. I grew up in the streets of Pompano Beach, went to high school here, came back after law school, and started my practice here. I have very fond memories of John Knox Village because my parents lived there for years. I spent many evenings with them, and it's a wonderful place. I have wonderful memories of John Knox, and I thank you for that. I spent the first 14 years of my legal career in the criminal courts before I switched over and spent another 14 years in the civil courts. I've tried cases all around the state of Florida in every type of courtroom, state and federal. It's that broad experience that has earned me the endorsements of the Sun Sentinel newspaper, of the Fraternal Order of Police, District 5, of the Broward Council of Professional Firefighters, of the Broward AFL-CIO, and of Hispanic Vote. They recognize that from that broad and deep experience as a lawyer, when I came into the bench, I brought that with me and served in the family courts, handling cases where children were at issue, and the civil courts, handling cases where property and careers are at issue, and in the criminal courts, handling cases where freedom and even the death penalty are at issue. I have thoroughly enjoyed my first term. I've considered it an honor to serve you, and I appreciate the opportunity to finish the work I started by continuing on a second term. Please remember to vote Dennis Bailey, Circuit Judge, Group 16. Thank you very much.
My name is George Odom Jr., and I'm running for Broward County Circuit Court Judge. Over the past 20 years, I've dedicated myself to honor, courage, service, and commitment. In the military, I learned how to treat everyone with respect. I served with both men and women from different nationalities and backgrounds. Despite the issue or the person, every person will get respect when they come into my courtroom. America's core principles gave me the courage to become a lawyer. Despite growing up poor, without a father in the household, and lack of all the resources that others may have had, I knew with hard work and dedication, I could become a lawyer and achieve my goals. My family and I are proud to call Broward County home because of its diversity, opportunity, and energy. And over the next few months, I plan on meeting with each and every one of you to explain my experience and why I'm the best choice for Broward County Circuit Court Judge. Vote George Odom Jr. for Broward County Circuit Court Judge, Group 16.
The next office is School Board at-large, District 9. The candidates for this nonpartisan office are Deborah Hickson and Jeff Holness.
Hi, my name is Debbie Hickson and I'm a candidate for the at-large Broward County School Board seat. Thank you for taking a moment to learn more about the candidates that are running for election this cycle. It would be great if we could be in person, but the pandemic doesn't allow us to do that, so I really appreciate your time. As I mentioned, I am running for the at-large Broward County School Board seat, have been a teacher in the Broward County school system for the last 31 years. I started my career at Blanche Ely High School and then transferred to South Broward, where I am currently the magnet coordinator. I also graduated from South Broward High School, as did both of my children. We are residents of the city of Hollywood. And my husband, Chris Hickson, was also an employee for the Broward County school system. He worked at Blanche Ely High School, South Broward, and Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, and he was one of the victims of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooting in February of 2018. I decided to run for the school board because I'm passionate about making things better for our students. I believe that we should have safe schools. I believe that teachers should be valued better. I believe that we need better mental health services for our students and our staff. And I also believe that we need to do a better job of partnering with our communities so that we're ensuring that the education that our students get are equitable for them in the environment that they live in. We need to make sure that our students are good consumers, that they're good workers, and that they're good voters. Again, my name is Debbie Hickson. I'm running for the at-large Broward County School Board seat. The election is August 18th. And if you'd like to know more about me, you can look at my website, Debbie Hickson, DEBBIHIXON .wixsite, WIXSITE.com/Broward. Thank you and have a great day.
John Knox Village. I am Dr. Jeff Holness, your school board candidate for Broward County Schools at Large Seat 9. As you can see in the backdrop, I am also a father. I have two sons, Matthew and Jordan, and they both attend schools, public schools in Broward County in Parkland. Now, when elected, I will be the only father on Broward County 9-member school board. I believe it's important to have the perspective of a dad to provide that diverse input that will be beneficial to so many of our sons and daughters and grandsons and granddaughters as well. Now, I have been an educator in Broward County for over 20 years. I was a teacher in Broward County for 17 years, and I've taught at several middle schools in Broward County. I've taught social studies, social science to so many children. I was also an administrative designee, and I functioned in several roles in the school system. As a school advisory council, I also was the ESOL coordinator for Lions Creek Middle School, and I also founded Student Learning Communities at Lions Creek, where we help over 400 kids achieve learning gains. Now, in addition to that, for the last 5 years, I've been a business owner. I own a Kumon Math and Reading Center. And that has given me the unique experience of operating a business. And I was able to transition my business completely online. So my students now are getting live online instructions. I believe this is important as well for Broward County Schools as we reopen in August to be able to be adaptive. So the three priorities for me for Broward County Schools is number one, the reopening of schools in the coronavirus pandemic period. And number two, mental health. And number three, school safety and security. As we move to open schools in August, it is important that we have enhanced e-learning experience where we're not only keeping our students safe, but we're providing high quality instructions. And when we do keep our students safe, especially in this period of the coronavirus, we're also keeping our parents safe and our grandparents safe. Mental health is also important, and I intend to address the issue and to invest more in that area, as well as school safety and security. I am asking for your vote on August 18th to vote for Dr. Jeff Holness. My website is www.jeffholness.com. And I do appreciate you taking the time to listen to me today. And happy 50th anniversary to the residents there at John Knox Village. And stay safe and well as we maneuver through these difficult times. And just bear in mind, it is important to have a school board member who is knowledgeable, experienced, and has the expertise to navigate the stormy waters of this period. I believe you will see that in me. Lastly, I completed a doctorate in education at Nova Southeastern University and a master's in curriculum design. So this is what I love to do, and I love to help children, and I love to see them succeed. And the reason for running is to create a brighter future for them, because I know we can, and I know we will. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
The final two offices are Pompano Beach local officials. First is the mayor of Pompano Beach. There are three candidates: Rex Harden, Todd Hennon, and Joseph Wells.
Hello, John Knox Village residents and team members. This is Pompano Beach Mayor Rex Harden coming to you, of course, via Zoom video, which unfortunately that's how we have to conduct business these days, considering the COVID-19 virus that has afflicted us all across the country and around the world, really. But I'm here asking for your support once again. I appreciate your past support, electing me as your mayor 2 years ago. But now I'm running for re-election as your mayor, and I hope that I can count on your support to help move our city forward. We've got great things happening in the city of Pompano Beach. We've got projects from our pier and our restaurants over on the beach area to our midtown area where our old downtown is starting to come alive. We've got a food truck restaurant vendor which is there operating currently as he builds out his permanent restaurant space. All the way to the western part of our city at the Isle Casino. We've got a major development there. The Cordish Corporation has partnered with the casino out there to deliver major jobs, major investment, residential units to help accommodate the growth of our city. Pompano Beach no longer is a sleepy little backwater, which it was for many, many years. Anymore, people have realized that Pompano Beach is willing to and looking for private investment. And what really led to that was our GO bond issue, which you supported. The GO bond issue delivered the funds to allow us to do a number of different projects, public projects. And what that does is that sends the message to the private investment community that Pompano Beach is willing to move forward and is looking for investment, and that's what's happened. But the key is, of course, to make sure Pompano Beach stays our city. And that's why all of this growth is great, but I, along with the City Commission, always look at the projects that come forward to make sure it works for our Pompano Beach. It's got to deliver benefits for our residents while not changing Pompano Beach from the great city it is. I've been here since 1963. I grew up here. Now with my wife, we've got two young sons, 14 years old, growing up here in Pompano Beach. I love our city. I want to make sure it stays our city. I don't want the idea that Fort Lauderdale has their stuff. Well, we don't want to be like Fort Lauderdale. We are Pompano Beach. But moving on to the village, I'll tell you, you all have some exciting transformations that are taking place out there right now. And I've been working closely with your administration to see to it that things move as smoothly as possible for that transformation. Exciting times are coming in Pompano Beach in the future. We've made a tremendous progress so far, and I look forward to working together with you in the future. But I need your support. I need your vote on November 3rd. but not just November 3rd. For those of you who are expecting your absentee or vote by mail ballots, those should be in your hands in just a few days. So when you get it, please go ahead and fill them out and send them back. Don't wait until the last minute. So thank you for your support in the past. Look forward to your support this election and moving forward. Thank you so much. I am Pompano Beach Mayor Rex Harden. I need your support. Thank you.
The last office is Pompano City Commission, District 5. The candidates are Cindy Floyd and Barry Moss.
Hello, my name is Cindy Floyd. I wanted to briefly touch bases with my District 5 community. I'm a candidate for Commissioner of District 5 in Pompano Beach. Being a forerunner in politics will be new territory for me. However, I have worked successfully for several years behind the scenes for various organizations, such as the North Broward County NAACP, New Alliance of Interactive Leaders and Supporters, and the Concerned Citizens of Holiday Lakes. First, COVID-19. With COVID-19 on the rise, my mission is to continue to inform and educate my community on the importance of PPE and encourage you to take this matter seriously. Continue to wash your hands, wear your masks, and remember that social distancing is very important. All these steps play a major part in decreasing the positive COVID-19 count in our city. Second, overdevelopment and wasteful spending. We know that retail and new development brings revenue to the city, and that's good to a certain degree. But we've got to remember the small local businessman who's been here for years and earns his living here. We must protect our local businesses. One way to do this, of course, is to elect me as your commissioner. My plan is to give the power back to the people in the community. We will make these decisions together. I will keep you informed, and if I make you a promise, I will keep it. I won't let fulfilling my own agendas make me break my commitment. Third, police reform. Police reform is definitely something that needs to be addressed. However, we must start by acknowledging that our city does have some issues. I suggest retraining is, if necessary, when it comes to high-risk situations. And I will work diligently towards improving police and community relations. I am Cindy Floyd, and as your commissioner, I will listen to you, value your input, and I will respect you. And together, we can be the change we want to see. Thank you.
This concludes our video for the candidates that will appear on your ballot. I hope you have viewed the video provided to us by the League of Women Voters that covers amendments to the state constitution and other items that may appear on your ballot. If you plan to vote in person, for those of you new to John Knox Village, our precinct is located in the Village Center Auditorium. For those of you voting by mail, please be sure to sign the outside envelope before mailing. Get your ballot in the mail by the middle of October to ensure time for delivery. And drop it off at a drop box at one of the early voting sites or at the offices of the Supervisor of Election. You can also take your vote by mail ballot with you to your precinct on Election Day. The clerk will void it and let you vote in person. For those doing early voting, we have provided in our campus publications lists of nearby early voting sites. You can also access the Broward Supervisor of Election website for any information you need or to check your vote by mail ballot and discover when it was received and/or counted. Make your vote count in 2020.